All right, let's take a look at getting good with ionic compounds. So for the naming section, it's pretty straightforward when you've got monatomic ions. So for example, NaCl, you just change the second one's ending to "ide." So, and what I mean by monatomic is they're just single atoms with a charge, single ions with a charge. So let's type this one in. So this would be sodium. Oops, I don't want it underlined. Sodium, and instead of chlorine, it'd be chloride. Next one, K is potassium, and then instead of sulfur, it's sulfide. Calcium, instead of nitrogen, nitride. Magnesium, again, another sulfide. Calcium fluoride. And then we get to a transition metal. So I should stop here and say that you probably need to check more than I do of what is a main group metal versus a transition metal, because I pretty much have which are which memorized. And so I would expect that it would take you a little bit longer because you need to refer to the table. For this one, chromium is right here, number 24, one of the transition metals. So that means that its charge varies. So since the Cr is with two Brs, we look at bromine's charge and we say, okay, bromine has a -1 charge. So if chromium is canceling out two -1 charges, what cancels out a -2? A +2. So this would be chromium, Roman numeral 2, bromide. And then the next one, since it's with 3 bromines, this would be chromium 3 bromide. Okay, and then the next one, it tells you where these are, and it doesn't have anything for NH4. That must mean that it's one of the special common polyatomic ions. So NH4's name is ammonium. So we just keep it the same, ammonium, and then not oxygen, but oxide. All right, let's do some practice writing. So for this, you're going to need to look up the charges. So the symbol for magnesium is Mg, and if you look at its charge, it's got a +2, so we write a +2 above it. And iodine is in the column with a -1 charge. So we write iodine -1. Now to crisscross, we crisscross the numbers only, not the charge. So the answer to this one would be MgI2. Next, lithium is in group 1A, so it has a +1 charge. And bromine is in group 7A. It has a -1 charge. So this one's nice and straightforward. The two charges cancel out, so it's just LiBr. Calcium is in group 2A, so it has a +2 charge. Phosphorus is in group 5A, so it has a -3 charge. So we crisscross and we get Ca3P2. Aluminum is in group 3A, so it has a +3 charge. Chlorine is in group 7A, so it has a -1. So this is AlCl3 once you crisscross that 3 over. Copper has a +1 charge. Oxygen has a -2. We knew that copper had a +1 charge because it literally just told us. It's a transition metal, so it has to tell us with a Roman numeral. So when we crisscross these, it's just Cu2O. We don't have to write the 1 because we're writing one atom. So we know that it's a 1. Next one, copper's got a +2 charge and oxygen's got a -2. This time it was different than number 13 because our copper has a Roman numeral 2. Now, one common mistake that people make is they crisscross the 2's, but we don't need to crisscross because the charges just cancel out. So it's just CuO. Sodium is Na, and it has a +1 charge. Hydroxide is one of the special common polyatomic ions. So it's OH with a -1 charge. So this is nice, it just cancels out. So it's just NaOH. Calcium's got a +2, and again, it's with hydroxide. But this is interesting because when you crisscross this 2, you're really trying to say 2 of the entire polyatomic ion. So you need to put it in parentheses. Look what would happen if you didn't put it in parentheses. It would look like it was Ca1O, 2 hydrogens, versus the real answer, which is Ca, and then it's with 2 OHs. So that's much different because otherwise we're saying only 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogens. Here we're saying 2 oxygens and 2 hydrogens. Find the mistakes. Aluminum's got a +3 charge because it's in group 3A, and bromine's got a -1 charge. So this should be AlBr3, not Br2. Calcium's got a +2. Sulfate is one of the common polyatomic ions. It's got a -2. So this should just be CaSO4. You don't need to crisscross the 2's if they cancel out. Barium's got a +2. It's in group 2A. Phosphorus has a -3. So, they didn't crisscross correctly here because it was supposed to be Ba3P2. Magnesium's got a +2 charge. Hydroxide's got a -1. So when you crisscross the 2 over, it should be MgOH2 in parentheses. So there you go. The secret to getting good with ionic compounds is more and more practice.